Rathbones are one of the oldest wealth management companies in the UK, but their technology needed upgrading. They needed to modernise, they needed to get a bit more cloud native in order to get ahead of the game.
Part of that was to put together a very clear transformation agenda across the organisation, but we then also looked at the resources and teams we needed to do that, and then particularly in the COO world across technology and change, we recognised the need to bring more people in to help with that transformation agenda. We hadn't got permanent testing teams to do our digital transformation. Data was an area that we hadn't really got a team set up for, and we also needed more people in the change team to deal with the volume of change.
We'd been trying to do recruitment for quite a long time. I think we had a number of challenges where we had quite a few different suppliers within the same team, and quite frankly we just weren't moving quick enough. We had roles out there that had been up for 6 or 9 months and we still haven't found the right person. So that was why we moved into SOLA.
We knew that we needed to select a strategic partner that understood the technology and change space. They needed to be able to understand Rathbones as a firm and what we were trying to achieve, but also be able to look UK-wide. And as we started to look across partners, SOLA came across very strongly in all those areas.
It was just about listening and learning as much as we possibly could in order for us to go and do what they wanted us to do.
While we were going through our transformational change from an organisational point of view, and certainly for technology, the clock was ticking effectively, so we had to start getting the people landing, getting up to speed, getting those roles filled to start supporting and enabling the business.
As the plan was unfolding, obviously COVID came along in a global pandemic, which most organisations, or a lot of organisations, started running for the hills and retreating, and everything was sort of going on hold. Rathbones soldiered on. All credit to the vision of the leadership team, the bravery of the leadership team to continue with this challenging programme in what was then to become even more challenging macroeconomic circumstances. So all credit to them. Fortune favours the brave, as they say. Both parties need skin in the game for the long term, especially on something as critical as this. There's a lot of investment of time, effort and energy in the beginning to get the outputs that were required to deliver the solution, and what the team managed to achieve is breathtaking.
We've been working together now for around 12 months. We've hired about 100 people into the firm, which is pretty impressive. We did the recruitment campaign remotely. SOLA has been able to do a lot of very good research and insight remotely with candidates across the UK without necessarily having to bring them into one location to meet them in person.
Claire and I were speaking a couple of times a day at one point, and actually it speeds stuff up. Where it is over the phone or over Teams, it's been more ad hoc, and actually it's happened live rather than waiting for those sessions to happen. So I think that open relationship and the fact that we are talking daily over the phone, over Teams, rather than waiting for that face-to-face meeting, has probably been an advantage.
One of the things that we did for Rathbones was having me as the quarterback for all delivery, and then behind the scenes we then had specific recruiters working on certain areas. They knew if there was an issue or a new requirement or they needed to adjust part of the process, that they could come to me, because it was really important for them to have a single point of contact.
I would say the fundamental reason for the success of the programme has been the relationships that we've developed with the senior stakeholders at Rathbones, but also the recruitment team at Rathbones. They have been beyond an enormous help. The more time we've spent with them, in partnering with them, the more our knowledge has accrued, and we've been able to then execute better and better as the project has grown. We've worked these roles before, we've placed these guys before, and we know how to find what they're looking for. And I think that that's really important. As we continue this partnership moving forward, our knowledge is only going to grow. There's no question that those relationships have been the pivotal point in us being able to execute this programme.
The test of any relationship is obviously when it's not going so well, and be able to pick up the phone, have a conversation and just get stuff sorted. And I think that embodies SOLA culturally. If you want to get some stuff sorted, then with the right conversations at the right level at the right time, then that's when the magic happens.
With that support and with that trust, we've been able to grow from strength to strength. And I think that the one thing I would say from my perspective in terms of gratitude would be that we couldn't have done this without the stakeholders at Rathbones.
Out of 40 in my team, 21 are from SOLA, so that says a lot in its own rights. What I have noticed is I've had to do less interviews to get that number of candidates in.
There's no discussion in my mind. It's been a successful project. We've been able to hire at a pace and a quality we've never achieved in the past, and that comes through the partnership.
We've got the majority of roles landed, we've got all of the key capabilities now stood up with the right team supporting them, so we can all start to put our focus behind the real business change and the digital transformation.
I've been extremely impressed by the quality of candidates that we've hired in. We have hired at all different levels in the organisation. We've hired senior level, at a head of level, then hired at manager level, and then we've hired at sort of analyst level. And across all of those, SOLA have helped us find really good quality candidates. A unique thing that SOLA has managed to do actually, which we shouldn't underestimate, which is to find the right behaviours in individuals as well as the right skills for the role, and that's really helping us, I think, build a great team within the COO world.
The SOLA and Rathbones relationship has certainly got off to a great start. We've managed to deliver this project on time within some pretty aggressive demands and challenging timescales to get the job done, but obviously that gives us a great foundation for future success with Rathbones.
It's been an amazing ride, we've done some incredible things, and I know that in the future and moving forward we'll do even more brilliant things.
A project like this requires partnership at both levels, so the fact that SOLA and Rathbones are so well integrated now, I'd like to think that holds us in pretty good stead for the future with Rathbones, whatever that may be.